Okay, let's talk about this. How you relate to the issue is the issue. How you relate to the issue is the issue. It's not what's happening outside of you that's the issue. It's what's happening outside of you, how you're thinking about, how you're relating to the stories you're telling yourself about what's happening outside of you that creates the inner disturbance. So let's give an example of that, because I promised some examples today. I'm at the doctor's office yesterday. Get there on time, because they say you're supposed to be there on time. And 20 minutes later, I'm still sitting there. And I'm noticing myself starting to get frustrated, agitated, irritated, all those things, all the AIDs. And then it was 30 minutes and then 35 minutes, and I'm getting myself worked up. And then I realized, I just posted this thing about how you relate to the issue is the issue. So how am I relating to this right now? And I had a whole bunch of stories about how doctors' offices always do this, and, and it's so disrespectful, and like, how do they run their business? And this is stupid. And why I should just get up and leave. There was a lot of all of that going on in my head. So then when I slowed it down and just said, I just don't want to sit here all irritated. This is my day. I don't want to sit here frustrated. So I was like, okay, take a breath. Let's think about, these poor doctors that are in a system that requires them to book people, in the way that they do, and they, and just how pressured they are, and just, whatever their experience might be and feeling behind. I don't want to add to that. So, okay. So I could send good thoughts and positive vibes to whatever's going back in the office, whatever they're experiencing. I could give gratitude that I have an appointment. I could give gratitude that I have health insurance. I could give gratitude that I have some time and I could sit here. I didn't have anything that I had to be at right afterwards. So I sat and was like, I could read a book. I could catch up on my email. I could meditate. I don't know, I don't meditate, so I don't know why I said that. But I realized again, then what started to occur was I started to calm down when I started putting my attention on more helpful, positive, focused thoughts. Again, not being a Pollyanna, not being some like, I'm going to pretend this isn't happening. I'm just going to positive self-talk like the guy from Saturday Night Live that would be like, like in a cheesy way. It's like, no, I don't want to walk around feeling frustrated. I don't want to walk around and add to negativity. There were those things going on. I also realized there were ways I was like, I could advocate for myself. I could go have a conversation with the people at the front desk who don't have any control over how fast they're moving, but I could get information that would help me feel better. So I just want to be a voice of encouragement, because I see it over and over and over again on this planet where we have not been taught to recognize that how we are thinking about it, where our thoughts are going, the stories we're telling ourselves, the negativity or the harshness with which, or just the way we treat ourselves or others in those moments are so, we have the ability to shift them. And when we work on that, when we learn to be self-supportive, when we learn to tend to ourselves in those moments of frustration, rather than look to how we can control life outside of us, it gets a hell of a lot better. Life is, shit still happens. I don't have to change the world so I can feel better. That's a relief. And I can have some control, or not control, but impact on my own well-being in this moment, versus my well-being is over there in somebody else's hands. Like, no thanks. So anyhow, this is something you ever want more help with? DM me. Otherwise, I hope this was helpful.